Everywhere you turn now, it's tax, tax, tax. And honestly, for good reason. If you're still not paying attention to this tax conversation, my dear, you're on a long thing because it's getting serious, it's getting heated, and it's already dividing opinions across the country. So, how did we even get here? On Tuesday, December 16, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu spoke at the 8th Annual Senator Abiola Ajimobi Roundtable and the 76th posthumous birthday lecture of the late former Oyo State Governor, held at the University of Ibadan. At that event, the president urged Nigerians not to panic over the new tax regime scheduled to take effect in 2026. According to him, the reforms are designed to ease the burden on the poor, low-income earners, and small businesses, not to make life harder. But as expected, the banters followed. Barely 24 hours later, on Wednesday, December 17, Nigeria's opposition movement came out swinging. The group warned that the federal government's proposed tax reforms could worsen Nigeria's already deep social and economic crisis. At a press briefing addressed by Honorable Charles Ibawa, speaking on behalf of the movement and alongside other leaders, they accused the Tinubu administration of imposing harsh fiscal policies on citizens who are already overwhelmed by poverty, insecurity, hunger, unemployment, homelessness, and rising living costs. In their words, Nigeria is standing at the edge of a multi-dimensional failure, with quality of life steadily declining. At the resumed plenary, Abdulsamad Dansuki, a lawmaker from Sokoto State, raised the issue under a matter of privilege, drawing attention to what he described as clear discrepancies between harmonized bills passed by both chambers and gazetted versions released by the government. He said, and I quote, "I'm here today because my privilege as a member of this house has been breached." He explained that after the bills were passed, he personally reviewed the official legislative records, and what he found raised serious red flags. He said, and I quote, "What was passed on this floor is not what is gazetted. I was here, I voted, my vote was counted, and I'm seeing something completely different." According to him, he obtained copies of the gazetted laws currently available to Nigerians. What is before Nigerians, what is being sold at the Ministry of Information, is not what I passed. Ha! Okay. Dansuki warned that this goes beyond an administrative error, describing it as a constitutional breach that could undermine the authority and credibility of the legislature. Now, for context, these tax reforms were originally signed into law on June 26, 2025, laying a new foundation for taxation, tax administration, and revenue collection in Africa's largest economy. The four laws are: 1. Nigeria Tax Act, 2. Nigeria Tax Administration Act, 3. Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Act, 4. Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act. Confirming the publication of the laws on his official X handle, Taiwo Oyedele, chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, said the new framework will modernize Nigeria's tax system, improve compliance, and create a more business-friendly environment. So yes, tax is everywhere right now. But beyond the noise, the outrage, and the politics, the real question remains: will these reforms truly bring relief to ordinary Nigerians? Will they be implemented transparently? And can trust be rebuilt in a system many already view with suspicion? Because at the end of the day, tax policy doesn't just live on paper. It shows up in how we eat, work, run businesses, and survive. And that's why this conversation isn't going anytime soon. What do you think? Necessary reform or misplaced priorities? Let's talk. And that's all I have for you today on today's episode of So This Happened. Do make sure to like, comment, share across all our social media platforms. I'm Marvelous Agunbiade. Until next time, bye.